Hello students, welcome back to another video of By Curious. So in the last class we have already completed about the different parts of the alimentary canal which are basically performing in the digestion process, right? But except that part, there are different glands are also present in the digestive system. So today in this video we will going to discuss about the different glands of the digestive system. Okay. So the first gland is the salivary gland. So the first gland is salivary gland. I have already taught you that the from our mouth the digestion process has been started, and with the help of the saliva and teeth we are performing the digestion process. So from where the saliva has been secreted? The saliva is secreted from the salivary gland. Okay, and our salivary gland is capable of production of almost 1200 to 1500 ml of saliva per day, and in per meal it is secreted almost 500 ml saliva. Okay, and our salivary glands are three pairs. So first one is parotid gland, then sublingual, then submaxillary. Okay, so these are the three glands of the salivary gland. Okay, the parotid gland, sublingual gland and submaxillary gland. The first gland is parotid gland. Parotid gland is the largest salivary gland which is present below our earlobe. Okay, the location of the parotid gland is below earlobe. Then next is sublingual. Lingual means the tongue. So that means what? This gland is present below our tongue. And the last one is submaxillary. Maxillary means our jaw. So this gland is present at the end of the jaw. So these are the locations of the location of the salivary glands. The parotid gland is the largest salivary gland, and the sublingual gland is the smallest salivary gland. And sometimes also below the earlobe has been swollen because of certain kind of infection. At that time, our parotid gland becomes swollen and it caused the paining sensation for us. That disease is called mumps. So in the mumps, nothing but our salivary gland has been swollen because of the viral infection. Okay, so this is how our salivary gland participate in the digestion process. And what enzymes are secreted from the salivary gland? I have already taught you. Very good. The enzymes are ptyalin or the salivary amylase, which help in the breaking down of the carbohydrate, and a small amount of salivary lipase also has been secreted, and this helps in the fat emulsification. So this is the process by which the salivary gland participate in the digestion. Now come to the next part of the digestive system or next gland of the digestive system, that is liver. Okay, and this liver is called the largest gland of the digestive system as well as for our body. Why it is called so? Because the weight of the liver is almost 1.2 to 1.5 kg. So because of the large size, it is called as the largest organ, and it is busiest organ too. Why? Because this liver is performing hundreds of functions at a time. So that is why it is also called as the busiest organ. But if in some persons the liver is not working properly, we can we can consider the person as a dead person. Because of the liver we can survive. We know brain is also performing, but if our liver is surrendered to us, at that time we also have to be surrendered to the God, because it is our body will not functioning properly. Clear? And the person will die. So this is all about the introduction of the liver. Now come to the main part. The liver also performs in the digestion. First come to the part is the liver's, what is the structure of the liver. I have already told you this is the largest part of the, or the largest organ of the body, and this liver is almost looking like this. This is kind of the head of the Shinchan. We all have seen the Shinchan in our childhood. So it is kind of looking like Shinchan, and in the liver there is two parts. One is the right lobe, another one is the left lobe. RL means right lobe and LL means left lobe. So now you can say that this is left, this is right. No, I am standing like this, so that means this is my right hand and this is my left hand. So this is how we will represent that drawing in the biology. So this side is called as the right lobe and this portion is called the left lobe. The right lobe is bigger. Why? Because it is containing a special kind of structure that is called gallbladder, and gallbladder is present in the right lobe of the liver. So that is why the right lobe is slightly bigger than the left lobe, and this is the left lobe. Left lobe is the smaller than the right lobe. Okay. Now from the liver, it forms two duct. One is the right bile duct, another one is the left bile duct, and both of the duct joins together and forms the common bile duct. So why it is called bile duct? Because liver secretes the bile juice. And what is the function of the bile juice? The function of the bile juice is the emulsification of the fat. What does the mean of the emulsification of the fat? So we have already learned our food has been digested. So first thing is we need to breaking down of the food, right? But in case of the fat is not digested. Fat is emulsified. Emulsified means what? The large fat molecule is broken down in the small fat molecule. It has not been digested in our body. It just changed its shape from the larger shape to the smaller shape. So that is why this process is called the emulsification. And for the fat emulsification, bile helps us. Clear? And this bile is secreted from the liver. That is why liver is also the part of the digestive system, because it also helps in the digestion process. Okay. And our liver is secreting almost 1000 to 1500 ml of bile juice per day. And that bile juice is helping in the emulsification of the fat that I have told you earlier. Now, in the liver, what is present over there? The gallbladder is present. Okay. And the gallbladder has certain kind of functions, right? Otherwise, why our body will keep that gallbladder unnecessarily? So what is the function of the gallbladder? Gallbladder basically works as a temporary storage of the bile juice. The bile juice which has been secreted from the liver, only 200 to 300 ml of bile juice is stored inside of the gallbladder. And why is it important? It basically increasing the concentration of the bile juice. Let's consider you are having two juice. Okay, one juice you have mixed more sugar, another juice you will mix the less amount of sugar. So when you mix the sugar, you will feel that which drink is sweeter, right? So the sweetness is basically depending on the concentration of the sugar, right? So this is how when we are making the higher concentration of the bile juice, it works better in the fat emulsification. That is why bile juice helps in the making of the higher concentration of the bile juice, and that bile juice also secreted from this duct. Okay, and this duct is also known as the hepatic duct, because our liver is also called as hepat, and the duct is called the hepatic duct. So this is how our liver is performing in the digestion of the fat, or most precisely or more correctly we can say in the fat emulsification, because our fat molecule will be stored inside of our body under our skin layer, and fat works as an insulator. Unlike the carbohydrate and protein, the fat is not digested. It is stored inside of our body. Okay, clear? Now the next gland is the pancreas. Pancreas is the second largest gland of our body or of our digestive system, and this pancreas is also called as the mixed gland. Why is it called so? Because the pancreas has the capability to show the function of the both of the gland, like the endocrine gland and the exocrine gland. Now you will ask him, ma'am, what is endocrine and what is exocrine gland? Because we are only learning about the digestive gland. So now Come to the next part, the part of the glands. It is performing like these two types of gland, that is the endocrine and exocrine gland. Okay. So first thing is endocrine gland. Endo means inside. And in this case, the secretion of the gland is totally happening inside of the body. There is no doubt. The secretion is directly secret in our bloodstream. Okay. And exo means outside. So in case of the exocrine glands, they are having the duct, and with the help of the duct, the secretion is coming outside of the body. That is why it is called the exocrine gland. But not all the time it is coming outside of the body. Sometimes it is also happening inside of our body. But the secretion should be followed the pathway of the duct. Okay. So that is why this gland is called as the exocrine gland. And pancreas is working as the exocrine gland in the digestive system. Okay. And from this exocrine gland, it is secreting the pancreatic juice. And the pancreatic juice having the capability to digest almost all type of food molecules. Why? Because it is having almost all type of digestive enzyme. Like it is having the enzyme for the carbohydrate digestion. It is having the enzyme for the digestion of the proteins. It is having the enzyme for the emulsification of the fats. So pancreatic juice actually the savior for the breaking down of the all the food molecules. Okay. So that is why pancreatic juice is also type of the all-rounder digestive enzyme. Clear? So now, how the pancreatic juice coming to the intestine? Because I have already told you in the last class, there is the duodenum. Duodenum is uptaking the three type of things. One is the chyme. Chyme is coming from our stomach. Then one thing is the hepatic juice or the bile that is coming from our liver, and the next one is the pancreatic juice. All of these three things is coming to the duodenum, and then it has been passed to the jejunum, and I have already taught you that the jejunum is the place for the final digestion. And I think it is clear to you all why the jejunum is the part of the, or we can say the place for the final digestion, because now it is having all type of required enzyme to digest the food molecule. Clear? So this is how the pancreatic juice also performing in the digestion process. And now you will ask me, ma'am, what is the function of this endocrine gland of the pancreas? So the function of the endocrine gland of the pancreas is to secreting the hormone, and the hormone is insulin. That thing I will teach you later when the control and coordination chapter will come. For now, only just remember the thing, the endocrine gland, when the pancreas is working as the endocrine gland, it is secreting a special kind of hormone. The name is insulin. So that's it for today. So now this is the end of this chapter. And if you are having any doubt, you can comment it down below. And do not forget to like, share and subscribe my channel. Bye bye.